Welcome to another math video. So we are continuing on with our idea of elimination, or solving systems by elimination. Here, if we look at the example we have right now, remember we want our coefficients on one of our variables to be the same. So if we look at the coefficients for x, well, we've got 2 and 5. That's not the same. And if we want to look at our coefficients for y, we got 3 and -4. Well, that's not the same either. So when you're solving a system of equations by elimination and they are not the same, the coefficients are not the same, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to multiply one or both of our equations to make the coefficients the same. So if we want to multiply, for example, to get rid of the x's, we're going to have to multiply the first coefficient by, or the first equation, sorry, by 5. And we're going to have to multiply the second equation by 2. So this way, the top equation becomes, well, 5 times 2 is 10x, 5 times 3 is 15y, and then 5 times 16 is 80. All right. When we multiply the second equation by 2, we end up getting 10x. Good, our coefficients are the same. 2 times 4 is -8y, and then 2 times -6 is -12. All right, so I'm just going to erase some of this garbage here. Perfect. So by multiplying our coefficients, what we're doing is we're trying to get the lowest common multiple between the two of those numbers, the two of those coefficients. Now that I see that I've got 10x plus 15y equals 80 and 10x minus 8y equals -12, well, I'm going to have to subtract the two equations. Well, by subtracting the two equations, I get 10x minus 10x is 0. 15 minus -8, 15 minus -8 is positive 23y. And then 80 minus -12, 80 minus -12 is 80 plus 12, so that's 92. Well, if I want to divide 92 by 23, y is going to equal 4. Perfect. So we've solved for one of our variables, and it wasn't totally different. It wasn't too much different from what we did before. All we had to do was we had to multiply the first equation by some number and multiply the second equation by some number to make these two coefficients the same. And then we either add or subtract depending on what we wanted to do. So we got our y. Our y is 4. We're going to go back to our original equations, and we're going to use our original equations in order to get x. So 2x plus 3y, which is 4, equals 16. Okay. 2x plus 12 equals 16. If I subtract 12 from both sides, 2x equals 4. Therefore, x has to be equal to 2. So we have both of our variables now. Again, what we want to do is we want to check. We want to check using the other equation. We just used the top equation to be able to get our x, so we're going to have to use a bottom equation to check our answer. So 5x, which is 2, minus 4y, which is 4, equals -6. So we get 10 minus 16 is -6, and yes, -6 is -6. Good. Love it. The last thing we always have to do is we have to just state that the solution is 2, 4. And we are done.